The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah, go Cowboys! This is Mick Shots, streaming live on DallasCowboys.com and the official Dallas Cowboys app. Now, here are Bill Jones, Everson Walls, and Mickey Spagnola.
The go team of the Senior Bowl.
What does that
What does that even mean? I remember that. I'm like, wow, they got it all inclusive. They're giving everybody some love. They must have financed the recording. Senior Bowl, yeah.
Ah, yes. A throwback to the good old days when the Cowboys, on a fairly regular basis, were scoring 56 and 59 points a game. Right. And here we are. And salute to Chris Beam for remembering the Stampede after a Cowboys 56-14 stampede over the Washington football team.
What was that? 56?
56
All right,
to 14.
who had that? Let me look at the pick to click. Who was
I
close?
think I had it last week.
Yeah, 52 last week.
52 to
I almost had
7.
I think I almost had half of that.
You had 52-7, and Diggs was going to get 2 picks, Bill. That's what you had.
I was predicting
That was
a
last
week in advance.
Yes, you were off just about 7 days.
Mine was 27-13.
I think it was so meaningless. I don't even think I did. Here, 25-10? No, it was 24-10 or something like that.
Uh-huh.
I didn't even write it down.
27-10.
27. Thank you. 27.
And pick the clicks?
I said Diggs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I said Diggs.
You know what? We didn't pick this week, did we? Because we didn't have a show on Friday.
But we did.
Oh, you did.
On our
I
sports
picked,
tour.
I did on my CBS 11
Okay.
Cowboys Game Day show.
Okay.
And guess who my pick to click was? Diggs.
How many?
One.
Okay, I said
I didn't
one.
I didn't predict it was going to be the first play of the game.
Did I say one?
Yeah.
I just wanted to, and the reason I said Diggs, I wanted to give a shout out to my buddy Everson Walls.
There you go, baby. Yes,
on,
sir.
on CBS 11.
Yes,
so
sir.
I did.
I got a lot of shout outs this weekend.
On my gut feeling for the DallasCowboys.com, I had 27-13, and I said that Diggs will get the interception to tie Everson
So
Walls'
we all
record.
agreed on that.
It was pretty easy prediction.
Well, it was.
And
I
they
just
made
didn't
it easy.
expect it to come so
Oh
soon.
my God, that was so crazy. They had. I was fortunate enough to be the alumni, whatever they call it. And
Let's go with a legend.
legend, yeah, Cowboy community legend. I think is what it's called.
Community
legends.
Yes.
Let's give it its proper due. And I took my daughter and Michael Downs' daughter, Carolyn, came with us.
Right.
So they were in the background, and we're talking trash. I'm sitting,
So what suite were you in?
I was in the. They had the Ring of Honor, ROH 581.
Okay.
That's what it was.
So you're in
we're
the Ring of
corner,
Honor?
kinda.
Ring of
No,
Honor
I was in
level.
that suite. I was only in that suite. They let me visit every once in a while, Bill, just to tease me and piss me off. So, no, but everyone was in there. We ended up changing suites, but no, we had a few guys in there, and it was Chad. Chad was there, and Dixon Edwards was in there. And, we had a lot of fun. We were talking trash. And as soon as they introduced me, I said something silly. And then I sat down. We were all still laughing. We were all still laughing. And the next thing you know, I look up, and he's trying Diggs. And you could just imagine how silly that game plan was. So I would imagine Heineke's going to come in. We're going to show you guys. We're coming right at your boy.
And go to McLaurin.
Yeah, we're going to go at your boy.
He got shut down 15 days ago.
That's right, baby. Yeah, we're going to show you what's up. And then all you did was sparked us. From then on, after that interception, we forgot about the lackadaisical first drive.
Yeah.
And after that, we're gone.
I think Dak said, "Why would you do that?"
Why would you? I mean.
So tell me.
bat.
So were you settled down before the play started?
We had sat down. I barely saw the play. As I sat down, I'm talking trash to everybody around, and we're having fun, and everybody saw you, blah, blah. My daughter, she's on social media, so she's telling me stuff, and before we could look up, that was it, because I'm pretty sure they introduced me right before.
Yes, that's what I understand.
Yeah. And so I was going to ask you, what were your thoughts when you saw the ball in the air?
Well, when he caught it, I remember standing up like, that is, you know what I mean? I had my hand, I had my fist up like I was mine, like I got the interception. So we're up there, everybody's going crazy in there, and the first thing we see is his son.
Right.
And that was hilarious. So we all sat down and just started cracking up.
Yeah.
Because the son was he was doing all his moves. I don't know what moves those were. But that's what we immediately started sitting down and we laughed at him and pointing at him. And I think by the time they got the camera on me, we had settled down already.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
you were looking at your cell phone.
Yeah, I'm looking very that was not it. When it first happened, I knew it was going to happen. When I saw the ball in the air, I was already up with my hands in the air. I knew that was going to be it. And you're going to tell me that didn't look like an Everson Walls interception?
No, it did.
Come on, man. That's the same way I surpassed Mel Renfro. Same side of the field against the Philadelphia Eagles, same route. But at that time, I had surpassed him. So we're still waiting on Diggs to do that part.
And he's got 2 more games.
He got 2 more.
So that was for your 11th in 1981.
For my 11th, it was against the Philadelphia Eagles.
But it was in
same route.
And it was game 15 also.
It was game 15. And Mel got his, but Mel got his, remember, in 14 games.
14.
Season.
Yeah.
So let's remember that. And on Twitter, he finally rose up Dick Night Train Lane's son.
Oh, really?
He sent out a tweet. And yes, they finally, Chris Collinsworth called his dad's name, which was extremely cool because he said, there it is.
So he's got 3.5 more to, it's 14.5, Night Train?
Night Train had 14 games.
14 and a half. How do you get a half?
I don't know what he's talking about.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking.
I'm going forward with that. I did not want to bust on that.
I was
trying to move forward, Bill. I believe.
Bill doesn't miss anything.
He does
right?
not.
As long as he can take a dig.
And I'm trying to keep my train of thought because Bill would mess me up.
So his was 14.
I believe his was 14.
It was.
It was 14 games.
14 or something like 14 and a half, something like that.
And his was probably in. His was probably in
12 and a half games. Yeah.
12 games.
That's what I thought. I thought Diggs was in 12 games. 14 interceptions in 12 games. That's what I thought.
You mean Night Train?
Night Train.
Right.
Dick Night Train Lane?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
What did I just say?
You said 14 in 14 games.
Okay, so Night Train, 14 in 12 games.
Yes.
Mel Renfro, 10 in 14 games.
Okay.
And I got my 11 in the 15th game, and so did Diggs.
And then when did you get your 13?
That was a couple of weeks later.
A couple of weeks
3
later. That's the other thing.
It wasn't at home.
That was the postseason.
The postseason.
Everson got 2 more picks in that 1981
and the
season.
fumble recovery. Don't
just
take
2?
The fumble recovery, 3 turnovers. Come on, give me the 3.
How many? That's
the first time I've had 3 turnovers in a game.
How many playoff games did you have to play that year?
2.
Just 2.
Yeah, I know.
The one, and then
that's all we had.
And then the one.
Yeah, that's all we had the opportunity to play. We wanted 3.
Yeah,
we ended up with just 2.
And you had the 2 in the second playoff game.
It was in the second playoff game.
Which was
Dennis Thurman got off
game.
in the Tampa Bay game. If I'm not mistaken, Dennis Thurman had a pick 6, and he took us to the house with picks in the game against Doug Williams and Tampa Bay Bucks. And then the next game was San Francisco.
So the Cowboys now have, according to Marcus Lawrence, 6 games left.
Yes, he does. But
Okay,
those won't count towards the regular season.
Why does he think that the Cowboys aren't going to get the first round bye?
He just figured there was 4 playoff games coming.
Let him keep thinking that.
Yeah.
He's had rest.
No, I got no quarrel with 4 playoff games, except how about 3?
Okay.
Yeah, I would like 3.
Let's go with 3
that would be
playoff
a much
games,
easier route to
meaning
take.
a first round bye.
Yeah.
Now Phillips would count that as a W, that first round bye.
Who may I ask who's beating Green Bay?
Well, you get Minnesota this Sunday night,
right?
And then Detroit is on fire.
Yeah, right.
You know what, guys? I want to go to Green Bay. I'm sorry. That's just a ball player in me. And I know that the older people in the organization still remember that crap, not just the one here in Cowboy Stadium, but the catch game with Dez. I want to go back there.
Don't you think Mike McCarthy wants to go back there?
I know Mike wants to go back there. I think he would take much better pride, and I know it'd be a tougher route to take, but I think he would take much more pride in beating them in Green Bay.
Or just showing up to play in the game after they dispatched him.
The really old people in the organization, though, remember another trip to Green Bay when it was rather cold.
Yeah, well, they're gone. I think I might be the only one left. Who's there? Who's here? I mean, players, yes, but organization-wise?
You know, somebody said, "Do you want to play Green Bay?" I said, "I'll take the team that played the second half, their last game."
That's right.
Cleveland threw 4 interceptions, and they ended up winning by, was it 2, 3?
On a highly questionable non-pass interference.
Non-PI call.
Yeah.
It's not questionable at all. That was robbery. That was just
Mahomes thought so, huh? Just grabbed his jersey and yanked him.
And you saw the official did the Lambeau leap.
What?
Do what?
No, he didn't.
There was a doctored picture that made the rounds on Twitter of an official doing the Lambeau leap.
They have a term out there that says the internet is
undefeated. That's exactly right.
So we've got this saying that the officials are blind. Now I found out they're deaf too.
Blind deaf.
Because they announced the guy was eligible receiver, and he throws his flag for a legal man downfield.
That's crazy.
Are you paying attention?
That's crazy, man.
But anyway, it all turned out pretty well, and Diggs was rather humble after the game too.
Was he?
Yeah.
Unlike his predecessor with 11 picks 40 years ago.
I was angry. He's got it good. And you can tell the difference though, and how free agents are treated versus high round draft picks.
So did you realize the significance of what you were only a rookie?
I was just trying to survive.
Right?
Yeah, I was just trying to survive. Now, I knew the numbers were good because I had just gotten 11, at Grambling my senior year. So I know what numbers.
Wait, you had 11 in Grambling too?
In my senior year.
Your senior year?
I had 11. I led the nation.
So regular season, 22 picks in 2 years?
Yeah, you don't even want to go preseason. I had 3 or 4 in preseason, and they're just trying me out. Like, oh, this guy, throw him out there.
Think about it. He wouldn't have made the team if he didn't get those picks in preseason.
The 3 picks
Those were the most important picks of his career.
Hey, you ain't lying.
Well, we're going to have to look up those preseason stats.
But no, that was when you know numbers. I knew the numbers were good, and then they started talking about Mel Renfro. When they started talking about Mel Renfro, we kind of just throw him aside. Now that was. That's why I keep giving him love. That was amazing. He was the Dion of DBs at the time. I talk about his Olympic qualifying long jump record. I don't know what he ran. We just got spoiled with Mel Renfro. We never had problems in our secondary until he and Herb Adderley and Cornell Green left. And here they come with Aaron Mitchell and Aaron Kyle and Charlie had just messed his leg up. He wasn't in the secondary. They needed somebody. They just went out there with a fish hook, a net, and just started rounding up defensive backs. And they brought us in. They had 25 of us. So, yeah, I knew what the journey was. The journey was crazy. It was not just unlikely for me. I'm watching Mike Downs and myself. We're roommates on the road. And we talk about this stuff, and Mike was so humble, and I'm trying to give Mike more love than he's giving himself. Because I told him just the other night, Mike, what we did, it ain't normal. Mike came in and got 7 picks. I came in and got 11. We're both undrafted.
Mike out of Rice and South Oak Cliff.
You find 2 other guys that came in and did that for an organization that was at the bottom of the barrel when it came to defensive backs. And I had to tell Mike that the other night because everyone glosses over what he did. And I let him know, bro, don't ever let anybody gloss over what you and I did. And no one has done it since. I can't remember anyone doing it before. They got movies about free agents and all that kind of crap. I told them a long time ago, Mike, they need to be doing a movie on us. They got the dog Philadelphia Eagles guy. Remember that? What's that movie about? The Philadelphia Eagles wide receiver, a special teams player. I think it was Mark Wahlberg or something playing the guy.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a great guy. I'm sure he's a great guy. But his story is no more amazing than what Mike Downs and myself did. So,
and 2 Dallas kids, too.
2 Dallas kids,
yeah.
undrafted. I came from Grambling, which I thought was pretty cool. Mike came from Rice. Ron Springs used to call them minute rice. Come on, man. You just can't beat that.
Rice.
Minute rice. That's what he said. They were good for 1 minute in a game. And that's very accurate. They got blown out every game. So for him to come from that culture and immediately affect the Cowboys in a different way, to me, that just it's over. We never talked about it because we weren't first rounders. You know, we weren't those guys. And I'm sorry, but even before Thurman Steves, and I know I'm ranting here, even before Thurman Steves, I think what we did should have been lauded way before this year. Period.
But thanks to
you have those
Trevon
numbers
Diggs,
of Thurman Steves' numbers, the takeaways from that era?
I did. Let's see where I.
So the Cowboys right now are at 33 takeaways,
85,
including fumbles.
It including
fumble
fumbles.
recoveries. So 85, they had 48 takeaways, 33 picks, and 15 fumble recoveries.
Wait, say that again. 85, they had what?
48 takeaways.
That's ridiculous, man. That's ridiculous. I got to write this down. I didn't even know this.
33 and 15.
33 picks and 15 fumble recoveries.
Right. But how about this? This is the number that's going to shock you. They had 62 sacks in 85.
How many we have now?
Oh, it's in the 20s probably.
What?
20.
It's in the, oh, my God, 62 sacks. Oh, my God.
How many sacks?
Oh, my God.
Did they have 5
Did the
sacks?
offense ever
last
have
night.
the ball? Did our offense ever have the ball? We gave it to them, but then what they do? Give it right back? We know they were amazing offense at that time.
So, sacks. Where are they at? Just give me a second here. Oh, here, it's down here. So they had 32 going into the game.
So 37 now.
So 37 sacks with 2 games to go.
And so, but in 16 games in 1985, 48 takeaways, 33 interceptions, and 15 fumble recoveries. And right now, this team in 15 games is at 33 takeaways, 25 interceptions,
Right,
and 8 fumble recoveries.
And in 1981, the magical
Talk to
year,
me. That's what I want to know. Yeah.
they had 53 takeaways, 37 picks, and 16 fumble recoveries.
You know,
53.
and I went back and looked up the going through last week. Now it's still the same this week with the 33 takeaways. I believe that's the most for a Cowboys team since 1986. And so
It just lets you know how
They had
or through maybe it was 31 through 14 games
was
the
one-
most they had.
There was one they threw out, and it said the most since '87.
Okay.
And I'm going, now that's got to have an asterisk in there because
Right, the 87 didn't count.
three-
I didn't count the 87
three-
because of the
three
yeah.
of the games were
Yeah.
not games.
Yeah, I didn't count the 87.
So then it begs the question, why are we bringing this up now? This should have been brought up long ago.
Well, that's because it was so far out there they couldn't get 20 takeaways in a season.
It's crazy.
I mean, look at I bet 2019, 2018 when they had good teams. I bet they didn't have double digits interceptions.
Well, here's my point. When you have a group, a defensive group that's doing that, it's something that should be talked about, and it's something that you should try and copy every year. Don't go away from it. Don't act like it didn't happen because you got to pay people in contract negotiations and remember their stats. These are things that need to be remembered as an organization. We talk about Ray Lewis with Baltimore. We talk about the fearsome foursome with these guys. We got doomsday defense in the 70s. I mean, come on. You tell me you couldn't give these guys love? All these numbers right here that are now coming back, why are they so amazing? Because no one knew.
Well,
no one knew.
and
No one cared.
Here's why. From 2015 through 2020, so the previous 6 years, they never had more than 10 picks. 10 last year.
The team.
I have teased for a few years that I got more picks than the entire team.
He's got more picks right now than the entire team had. 2015, 8, then 9, then 10, then 9, then 7, then 10.
I've been dogging it myself. I've been saying it myself. I said, dude, they can't even catch me in my strike year sometimes. I mean, come on, it's ridiculous, man. But I think this is just my time to just say, where y'all been, and giving Dennis Thurman love. Giving Michael Downs love, Everson Walls love.
So how about that? The strike year, 82, the team had 15 picks in 9 games.
Right. It's crazy.
All right, we need to take a break. We could go on and on talking about that, but there's much more to talk about in a 56-14 win over Washington when we come back on Mick Shots.
Hey, Cowboys fans, ready to spice up your next watch party? Bring Yo Quiero guacamole and be the game day hero. Yo Quiero means I want, and we know you want great, fresh-tasting, ready-to-serve guacamole for your home gating and tailgating events. Made with real avocados and the perfect blend of spices, it will be the star of any party. You can find us at your local Albertsons or Tom Thumb in the deli section. If you can't find it, talk to your store manager and tell them, Yo Quiero guacamole.
Brace yourself for an existential question. Has your butt been having enough fun lately? Have you been treating it well? Has it been going places? If not, then it's about time you start using SeatGeek. SeatGeek is the best way to get your butt tickets to live events. Just ask the thousands of other butts who have rated it the #1 ticketing app. So what are you waiting for? Download the app now or visit SeatGeek.com to get tickets to sports, concerts, and live events and make your butt happy. SeatGeek. Get your seat in a seat.
How great would it be to travel to watch the Cowboys win on another team's turf? Pretty great. But honestly, just watching the game from anywhere but your house would be fun. Even a hotel bar with some guy named Phil from St. Louis who thinks Oakland still has a team. So whether you're traveling to the game or watching from your favorite vacation spot, book a place to stay on Hotels.com, proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
At AT&T, everyone, new and existing customers, get our best deals on every smartphone. Why? Because you deserve it. For turning your living room into your office and your gym. For teaching Grandma how to video call and teaching her again.
It's the button on your left, Nana. Okay, your other left.
It's not complicated. Everyone deserves something new. So AT&T is giving everyone, new and existing customers, our best deals with every unlimited plan on every smartphone, even the latest ones.
AT&T may temporarily slow data speeds if the network is busy. Restrictions and exceptions may apply.
Back to Mick Shots.
Get the ultimate fan experience for the ultimate Cowboys fan. Join Dallas Cowboys United, presented by Globe Life, starting at just $20. Join now and get your fan pack, exclusive benefits, and more. Visit DallasCowboys.com/United for details to join today.
Okay, the Cowboys, in the span of 15 days, outscored the Washington football team in the first quarter alone, 39-0.
Very good one.
They were up 18-0 2 weeks ago, and 21-0 after one quarter this week.
What about at halftime?
It was 24-0 and 42-7, so that's 66-7.
Most points they've scored in the first half, 42.
Ever. Since my daddy said this is what you call a football.
Make daddy sound like a curse word.
And I know
that was Jimmy.
I know. Okay. I remember. Right. Yes, trust me. I can see him now.
And I know 2 of the touchdowns came off a defensive return and a special teams return, or actually just fumble.
Yeah, I guess in the end zone
recovery because it was already in the end zone. But the first team offense hardly played the fourth quarter, if at all. Cooper Rush came in with
Dak was not out there in the fourth quarter.
No.
Yeah, Dak did not play the fourth quarter because I thought, well, there's not going to be a fourth quarter turnover this week.
I think he only had 8 yards passing in the fourth quarter. That was it. And Cooper and the receivers didn't have any catches in the fourth quarter because they had everybody else in there, including Malik Turner, who went on a cross-country trip.
So are you saying it takes a 49-point lead before we'll run the ball in the fourth quarter, close out a game?
No,
we got to make sure, man. You know, some crazy things have happened
when
this
you're
year.
throwing it like that, just keep throwing the ball.
You know, someone did remark, I was watching the game at CBS 11, a good friend who's on the production team there, Nate Tarpley, we were watching the game together, and when the Cowboys got the football back with less than 2 minutes to go in the first half at their own 8-yard and 11-yard line, whatever it was, he said, "So do you take a knee now?" I said, "No, you go." Now, if it was a normal game, then I would have said yes. You know,
this was good
it was
practice.
it was like, and that's exactly what I thought was they aren't able to practice much, and they're playing against air.
That's right.
I mean,
basically,
yeah.
And plus, to me, I kind of thought it was one of those things for McCarthy, like a little payback. Like, everybody just shut up. I know how to handle time management on this team if I choose to do so. And he chose to do so this time, went down, scored a touchdown.
I just think it was great practice for, you know, a future situation where you might have to go 89 yards in the final 2 minutes of the first half.
And it was a hell of a throw and a hell of a catch.
It really was.
A little tap dance in the end zone.
And let's be real. This is the way it looks when your offensive line gives you protection.
Right?
That's what it looks like. You control the pace. The tempo is all in your favor. Your quarterback's not back there dancing around. And I like the fact that he didn't hesitate as much when it came to taking off out of the pocket. You know, that really can put a little more pressure on the defense. If they know you're not going to run, then they're going to stay back and play pass, and they're going to be in your passing lanes, which they have been. So now you look at him, he's taken off just 4 or 5 yards, and you slide, you know, now you're looking at 2nd and 6.
Or you take off the way he did on the pass to, was it Gallup on the sideline? It looked like he was going to run.
That's right.
On the run, he throws a dime to him.
And that he looked much more comfortable in his passing motion, whether it was in the pocket, surrounded, or whether it was outside the pocket. There were no errant throws like we were accustomed to these last few games.
Yeah, he was. Some of the throws I couldn't believe that he fit him in there. And how about the catches C.D. Lamb made, by the way?
And the punishment he was taking.
Yeah.
I thought he got targeted on the sidelines. I don't know. I guess they can do that while you're running the ball out sideline. But I thought that second defender came straight at his head, and he was pretty much already out of bounds.
There were several catches that in this game where the receiver took a pretty good beat.
Like Schultz?
Big hits.
Yeah, right.
And I thought that was a good call. I mean, the guy tried to go in with his shoulder on Schultz, but clearly his head made contact. And so, yeah, it was a good hit, but you still got to keep your head out of the way. I don't think that was controversial at all.
Which, by the way, I went through great lengths to look this up because the Terrence Steele touchdown was supposed to be the first by an offensive lineman since 1968 when Rayfield Wright caught a pass for a touchdown. So I went back and looked it up, and one story I read, it was tight end Rayfield Wright.
Yeah.
And then the other story I read, it was backup offensive tackle. He was playing behind Ralph Neely, and he didn't play hardly any games that year at tackle, but they called him the blocking tight end in short yardage situation. Mm-hmm. And one of the stories had you know how they used to do those sequence pictures back in the day in the newspaper, like boom, 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 and there was Rayfield Wright wearing number 85.
Okay.
Wow. Change the number.
What year was this?
68.
And that was the year that he caught the touchdown pass.
Right. And it was October 13th, 1968 against Eagles. Put him up 14-0. It was a 15-yard pass. He caught it at the 5.
A 15-yard.
And he was wide ass open. And they surprised him, right? And he gets in the end zone. And he said, yeah. He goes, I came off the line of scrimmage, act like I was going to block. Then after that, nobody got in my way.
So the key on that, he was wearing number 85.
That's the key.
So that means he was a tight end.
He was a tight end officially.
Right. Because he started as a defensive end. Then they moved him to tight end. And then it was, okay, you're going to be the blocking tight end. And then I believe it was 69 when they in training camp when Tom called him in and said, hey, we're moving you to tackle.
Could you imagine? I mean, come on. Hall of Fame career.
Yeah.
Starting off as a tight end. Well, defensive
end.
Defensive end.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Tight end. And he could have, because he got drafted by the Cincinnati Royals, played in the NBA. It's amazing, right?
Yeah,
With
the
Oscar
Cowboys
Robertson.
always could find talent, multi-talented athletes.
And when he, so that was 1969 is when he was playing tackle?
Yeah, I believe so.
And it may have been the preseason game. That was when Deacon Jones.
Boy, do you mama know where you are? That's right. It's the greatest story ever because he mimics his voice, Deacon Jones's deep voice, so well.
He was talking to Rayfield.
Before
I
the
never
first
knew he
snap.
was talking to Rayfield.
He came in with his head slapped. Right?
Yes.
And basically knocked him silly, right? And Rayfield said, I forgot what I was supposed to do, right? And so during the season, after he got used to playing tackle, he went out there and they had to play the Rams again. I don't know if it was a playoff game or it was a regular season game. And he lined up and blocked Deacon, and he said, "My mama knows where I am."
There you go. Yeah, I bet he got his behind too.
They did play each other later in the season in 1969.
Yeah.
All right, we've got more Mick Shots straight ahead.
The Medal of Honor is our country's highest military award for valor in combat. More than 40 million individuals have served in the armed forces since the Civil War. Fewer than 4,000 have received the Medal of Honor. The National Medal of Honor Museum will be a place to preserve these legacies and inspire America. It's being built right next door to the Dallas Cowboys in Texas. Help us honor our country's greatest heroes. Learn more and get involved at mohmuseum.org.
Want to use what the pros use? How about the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black? Right now you can get the Jack Black Starter, a curated collection of Cowboys locker room favorites for just $10 with free shipping. The starter includes 4 Jack Black skincare favorites plus a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Go to getjackblack.com/Cowboys and use the code word TEAMJB. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys. The Jack Black Starter, $10, free shipping.
The Cowboys way, where 16 Hall of Famers and 5 championships shows us what success looks like. Where turkey is always the second best part of Thanksgiving Day. Where we are all defined by one single thing, the star. Where we as fans know it's our job to keep the tradition going. Bank of America is proud to be the official bank of the Dallas Cowboys and to support the quest of living life the Cowboys way. Copyright 2020, Bank of America Corporation.
Before there was a draft, you could size up a cowboy by 3 simple factors: the crease in his hat, the bend of his brim, and his unbending attitude. A man Stetson didn't just protect him from what life threw at him, it projected a rugged, unstoppable spirit. Stetson hats are still American-made with pride right here in Texas. They're still the unofficial crown of all self-respecting cowboys, and Stetson is proud to be on the field with America's team. Find a retailer nearest you at stetson.com/cowboys.
Back to Mick Shots.
Your favorite WWE superstars return to AT&T Stadium for WrestleMania on Saturday, April 2nd and Sunday, April 3rd, 2022. Get your tickets to the most stupendous 2-night WrestleMania in history. Visit SeatGeek.com, the official ticketing provider of AT&T Stadium. And by the way, the Cowboy fans must have been starved for a home game because that place was rocking. And you know what? I figured third quarter, people could get up and leave. They were still waving towels into the fourth quarter before I saw some empty seats. And even the players and Mike McCarthy noticed. He said the environment was like we were in a playoff. And you know what? You sort of are when you're trying to get that number 1 seed. And so, yeah, the place was absolutely rocking all night long. And it was some pretty good entertainment, too, by the way.
You know, I thought the first drive, we were everyone was there kind of quiet, though. After the kickoff, we're wondering, okay, how's this offense going to come out? How are they going to look? So it was very tentative.
And then it was like, oh, no.
Yeah. And then those idiots threw the interception. It's your fault, man.
And by the way, speaking of the cornerbacks, I think the Cowboys need to give a shout-out to Anthony Brown, who, without Jordan Lewis there, moves into the slot. Now, there's sometimes the way teams line up, he's kind of in the slot with a bunch receiver set, but he played the slot, and that is the best I've seen Kelvin Joseph play cornerback since he got here.
Yeah.
And I'm talking, I don't care if it was minicamp, OTAs, preseason,
he was
practice.
never out of position. He always had a way to make a play on the ball.
He made plays on the ball, and I thought, okay, that's encouraging going forward, that they can have another corner like that. And I know Washington didn't have all their guys, didn't have all their coaches. I think they had 5 assistants missing, like 5 or 6 starters missing. But don't diminish what they accomplished, because they did what they should have done against a team that was crippled. They just pounded them. It wasn't 21-10 or anything like that. It was 56-14. So I've already heard people, well, they can't beat a team that has good players and data this and data that. And I'll guarantee you, when Taylor Heineke went in the locker room after that game, I bet he wishes he was still on COVID reserve. I thought they were going to hurt him again.
I did too. I did too, Spags. I'm like, this guy does not want to see it. And he did not want to see DeMarcus Lawrence on that sideline, did he?
No.
I'd rather be Teddy Bridgewater and just not do nothing. I mean, he slid in there. And, Donovan Wilson. This guy was hungry yesterday.
Yes.
Let's just be real. Give him a little bit of credit. Great plays happen because of some other things that the player that made the play didn't have to do.
Right.
And when he escorted him down that sideline, I think just that one little brush against the offensive lineman that was tracking him down, that allowed DeMarcus to go in without getting pushed out of bounds. Because he came in and he kind of, broke through all the traffic. And he put a small block on I forget the lineman's number.
He got a block, and Randy Gregory, I think, got the last one, too, by the way.
Okay.
He had an escort into the end zone.
Yes, he did.
The play took 10 seconds, and I was looking at that, and I'm going, well, no, maybe we have to have number 90 is now eligible, because he ran pretty well.
He did.
Big man,
That
right?
was. I'm sorry. And I love this when they talk about our team speed. They remind me of the Lakers when they get a fast break. Remember when Magic used to get the ball? And when
Worthy
these guys,
with a finish.
Yeah, when these guys, when they see it, you've done something, I mean, it's like, let's go. It's a fast break. And you know in basketball, we used to love to get it. Well, I don't know about
No, not us.
the brothers over here in the Hamilton Park side, when you get the ball, it's like, whoa, let's go. You know what I mean? We're gone. And you can see Gregory taking off. You can see Wilson was hauling, trying to get inside. And, of course, DeMarcus with the ball. You see the reaction of everyone on the team. It's all at once. They anticipate plays being made, and they're ready to go to the house.
Sort of like the block punt, too. Golston after Corey Clement, and they didn't have a block on.
No, for
they
real?
They said they had the return on.
Wow.
Because they
Just
thought
one guy.
Wow.
They thought because where they were punting that C.D. Lamb was going to get the ball, and he was just the lone guy going, and he gets the perfect block with one hand, and then Golston picks it.
That was good.
Sees it
That was
on
amazing.
a bounce, picks it up, and the first time ever. Offensive touchdown, defensive touchdown, and a
Start calling this guy Showtime.
special team
They
touchdown.
call him Showtime.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's really something when you see – it's like this team has fresh legs. And they have so many players that have come back here this month with fresh legs. And it's really a testament to the way this roster was put together from the outset, where you're in anticipation that you're going to play more players this year. And, I mean, we didn't know going into the season that we'd have another COVID outbreak like we've had here this month, but you had to be prepared for it.
And that's what they were. They were prepared.
Also, for a 17-game season, one more game, it's such a long season that even even
really
if
2 more weeks.
even if you weren't in a pandemic, you have to build your roster with the idea that you've got to be, including a practice squad, 3 or 4 deep at different positions, and especially I'm talking about the defense, is having players who are versatile enough to play different positions.
And we learned so much from last year. That's one thing you can give McCarthy credit for, or just the entire organization. We learned that all the tragedies that we had, the missed players, and not even hardly fill a roster, backups here and there. We were like, no, this is not going to happen again.
So check this out. Parsons, out of defensive plays, there was like 60-some defensive plays. He only had to play 33. DeMarcus Lawrence only had to play 25 plays. Gallimore, 24. And Gregory, 26. So these guys basically played a half a game.
J-Ron, how did he?
Curse ended up with 80%, 48 plays. Anthony Brown, 48. KZ, 50. And
Wilson.
Kelvin Joseph with tops with 57 snaps.
All right.
He did pretty well
but
yesterday.
But again, fresh legs.
Yeah, he did pretty well yesterday.
Yeah.
And it's not just the fresh legs, it's the hunger that goes with it. Because they've been sitting there waiting, but, they're sitting there tapping their feet. Like, man, I got to go. I'm ready to go, And that's what you like. They are not just fresh, they're hungry.
And now sitting here with a game against Arizona and then Philadelphia. And I still say I wouldn't be surprised if the Packers stub their toe and the door is open.
I'd be very surprised if
Minnesota?
they did. Well, if they're going to lose anyway,
Sunday night.
But Minnesota's coming to town, right?
Yes.
They're not going
to
there.
Green Bay.
Yep.
I doubt if they would sweep the Packers. That'd be a tough.
They are.
But what you'd be looking at, and it's too difficult to figure it all out, but I think if you win out and you get the 2 seed, okay, you need the Rams to keep winning. Stay there tied with Dallas and Tampa Bay.
Right.
That gives you the 2 seed over Tampa Bay, head to head with Tampa Bay. And then you'd be turning around 2 weeks after beating Arizona and playing Arizona again. Right.
Or Arizona takes over, and the Rams end up the special. Either way, they've got the NFC record if they win out because they're 9-1 right now.
The Cowboys.
And they're only they're
the only way is if they're in a 2-way tie with Tampa Bay that they would drop to 3 seed.
And if they end up tying the Packers, and they win out to tie them. They have a 1-game lead in the NFC record on the Packers.
Right,
too.
exactly.
So
I want to go to Green Bay. Did y'all not hear me? I want to go to Wisconsin, man. I might go. Shoot. No, that's a lie.
I'll go.
I'm not going in January. I'll see you guys in the summer. I heard it's really nice there.
Actually, the winter in Appleton's pretty nice.
I did a summer.
Did you ever play?
I played once in Green Bay.
In Green Bay, not Milwaukee.
No, it was Green Bay.
Because you played Milwaukee a couple years.
Okay.
89, I think, for sure. Because wasn't that the year they played the Packers twice? It was a weird scheduling teams. The teams with the worst record
we
played
in. I think we played there in 89. It was
89.
89.
89.
Yeah, and it was horrible.
Yeah. All right, we're getting out of here a couple of minutes early.
Okay.
Because we got a
Look
special
at that,
treat.
Bill taking care of business.
A special treat. We're not going to give it away right now. That hopefully will come off here and we'll be able to replay it here on Mick Shots.
Cool.
Sounds good.
Okay. And you'll be able to see it on CBS 11 tonight.
Go
Cowboys.
Go.
All right.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!